Good morning to you, wherever you're at in the world right now. We're live today. It is, what day is it? What day is it? Monday? It is a Monday. Good morning to you guys on a beautiful Monday, wherever you're at in the world. Today was only like 50, it was like 58 degrees, 50 degrees? I don't know, like 48 degrees. It was actually kind of a warm morning outside. I'm not going to lie. I worked out on my bike outside. But today we're going to talk about the number one reason why your coaching business might be failing. And it may not just be the coaching business. It might be something else is failing. I don't know what it is. We're going to talk about what that thing might be. So good morning to you guys out in the world. But if you can figure out this one thing as to why your coaching business is failing, it'll actually adjust a lot. And it's crazy because it's pretty simple. Time to sleep. Somebody says hello. You'd be surprised. Here's what it ends up being. And most people don't even realize this is what's going on. Good morning. Good Monday. Good morning, Monday, Angela Kamstra. The number one reason your coaching business is failing, James West, or anybody's business is failing, is because you are serving yourself. Oh, we're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about it today because it's Monday, and I think if we get into this week and you do this right, it could be a game-changing week for you. Good morning, Marie Johnson. It could be a real game-changing week, and I'm not even kidding when I say game-changing because it takes a little bit of a small tweak, and if you tweak things the right way, it turns into something really, really cool for you the rest of your week and rest of your life, and everything picks up. Boom, the 7 Nell Chick says, and here's what I mean by the statement of you're serving yourself, not the people, right? Hey, Sinclair Cooper, good morning. Julia Otukile, good morning to you. So here's what takes place. A lot of people, they start these businesses, these ideas. Good morning, Sonia. They start these things up, and then what happens is they get into the middle of them, and they're worried about themselves. They're worried about what money they're making, what the thing looks like, how great is this going to look for my brand, and how my brand looks. Is this going to be able to come across the perfect way? And you know what people stop doing? It's super weird. They stop thinking about the person on the other end. Imagine if I didn't think about you and what you might need today and how to hit your heart. Like, it would be weird. I'd be talking about me all day, and here's what I did. Look how cool I am, and this is my thing, and I'm all presented. I'm wearing the same workout clothes that I worked out in this morning. I don't care to an extent. Like, I didn't shave this weekend, but my thought was like, it ain't about Anthony. As a matter of fact, when I get up on a stage, my thought when I get up on that stage, I don't have the right to be nervous enough to not show up. I'm out there taking people's life. I'm taking time from someone's life. If someone's life is being given to me, I had better make sure I'm giving something back to them, right? Powerful. So when I look at this, what people end up doing is they go into the world and they're not actually focused inherently and internally on specifically what it is that the other person on the other end of their coaching needs. And I mean, seriously, what do they need? They need you to be, they need you to be more pressuring, like more pushing in a sense of like work on this stuff, more motivating, more lean in, get things done and get you to kind of take the next step. Or they need to be a little bit more patient. Do they need to actually find out what your true deep need is? Because people create things that they think would have worked for them when they were struggling. But man, the most successful people I know are the ones that have a disgusting desire to serve the client. Matter of fact, Amazon, I work at Amazon in different capacities. They have a ridiculous, disgusting level of desire for people on the client end to be served. Like it's beyond what makes conscious sense. That's why they're so big. It's not an accident. There's a disgusting desire for customers to be happy. Everything that they create is based on, will the customer love it? Will the customer be like fired up by it? Because the truth is, when they look at that focal point, now they're creating things to serve the client. Guess who pays them money? The client. Do you have a disgusting desire and disgusting focus on customer enjoyment, customer happiness, customer appeasement, whatever you want to call it? Do you have that? Because the truth is, when you get that, when somebody serves at that level, that's when the game changes. It's not before that. I mean, it's serious. It's hard sometimes because I know you got bills to pay. You got a passion, a story you want to share. You got a message you want to get out into the world. You want to make sure your business is structured and set up. Yeah, you want all that. And I get that it's got to be in place. But damn it, you cannot get to the point of falling back and forgetting about people. Tanya Oswald says, I've been in business for 22 years and my customers are number one. And they got to be. They have to be, because quite literally, they are what allows you to be successful. It's kind of like the famous people that go, hey, I wouldn't be me without my fans. Well, of course you wouldn't be you without your fans. It's 100%, but you're not seeing yourself as who you truly are on a level of like service to your client, which means being humble, stepping in and pulling yourself back. To be honest, there are a lot of times when I sit back in my company, we make a mistake. We do. Like sometimes my customers, my leads, someone will miss a call. Like my team won't get on the call for some reason. And all of a sudden, like there's a glitch in the system or someone didn't get the message or whatever took place. My immediate, as the CEO thing is, when I hear about those, I personally reach out. Personally, and it'll always happen. Sounds odd, but like I will personally reach out because I want them to know that they matter. It's not a glitch and it's like, it's okay, blame on the system. No, something went wrong and I'm going to fix it. And my apologies to you. There's an over like pushing level. To be honest, we just signed a $10,000 client because of my ability to do that. It wasn't because I thought they might become a client. They may well have never signed up, and that happens. But it was a push in the right direction, right? Because what happened is we made a mistake. On our end, something happened, but my focus is disgustingly on customer happiness. Are they having a great experience with who I am and what I do? Because when that takes place, now everything rolls in the right direction. The people on my team realize that's how we work. It has nothing to do with whether they've paid or not paid. They're a person that's engaging with our brand, and no matter what they're doing, the way that they engage, like, you matter, right? So my question to you is, in your coaching business, speaking business, whatever it is you're trying to create, you want to write a book, who are you writing it for? Are you writing it for you because you want to get this message out and it matters the world hears your message? Or are you thinking about when they hear it, how are they hearing it? How is it helping them? What's it making them do? What success are they having? Man, early on in my speaking career, I used to go up and tell my story. And this is the culprit for a lot of people, man, who are giving speeches. And the unique thing is, my man V Fox on here, hey. What I found is a lot of people give speeches, they tell their story. And early on, I had a speaking agent who was really, really smart. And she poked my heart pretty good in the morning. And she goes, in the morning, I don't know, it's morning, I'm thinking morning. She poked my heart and says, hey, I saw you give your speech. Here's the problem. You're talking about you. You're telling your story, but they can watch a movie if they want to get a good story. They got to be there listening to your story, but they got to be able to be impacted by it because you tell them what to pull from it. Stop talking about yourself, she said. I was like, ooh, I went back in. This is my early years. And I was like, okay, let me figure this out. What I realized is the only reason they listen to your story, or they should hear your story, is to hear a reason of why that lesson makes sense. Right? Why that should be something they grab onto and apply to their life. Read any book, watch any great speaker. They don't say the word I very often. It's we and you should have and imagine if you could. They bring you into the story because it's your story, it's your experience, it's your lesson to be learned through their shared experience. But when you're thinking about you too much, you can't get to them. And if you can't get to them and help their heart, they'll never work with you. So if you want to build something, you want to create something, that the sheer focus should be on, in the morning, what do they need today? What message can they hear? What message should they hear? How can I solve their problem? What am I listening to with Ritz-Carlton ears? Most people don't know this. Ritz-Carlton, they do a little something different. And here's what they do. Ritz-Carlton, go to any Ritz-Carlton you want and ask them to see the credo card. It sounds odd. Years ago, I went to a mastermind with my man Todd Durkin out in Colorado at the Ritz-Carlton. And they talked about this credo card. I might even have one that my company made, but it was a card that has the company's credo. Every single person in the entire company on all areas of the world have a credo card. If you ask to see it, they have to present it to you. If they don't present it to you, there's problems. And here's what one of the credos is. We will fulfill the expressed and unexpressed needs of the customer. Repeat this. We will commit and we will actually fulfill the expressed and unexpressed needs of the customer, or the guest, we'll call it. And here's what happened. I remember I was sitting there and I was eating this meal. It was like, to be honest, it was like a spaghetti. It was some kind of spaghetti sauce or whatever it was. And I was asking a question about how this works. And they're like, one person actually, they were at a different restaurant somewhere else in a different Ritz-Carlton, different part of the world. And somebody said that they actually love the spaghetti sauce. The same one you're eating. It's like, they love the sauce. They said it out loud, and what happened was one of the attendants, I think the waitress, they had heard this, and they heard the unexpressed need or desire, which was great sauce. They went to the chef, said, chef, can some of this up? We're going to go ahead and package up and give them a little bit to take home. Super cool. Imagine the feeling that person had while engaging with that brand. Right? The idea is you got to fulfill the expressed and unexpressed needs of the customer. What do people really want that they're saying with their words, and what do they want that they're saying with their actions? Right? Because if you can fulfill that, you can serve people. It's not a fluke why successful people in business are successful. They stop thinking about them. They work real hard, but they're working incredibly hard to serve the person who needs the next level of help or support that they can fulfill on. That's why that one statement, I can't remember who said it, said if you want to get what you want, the best way to get what you want is to help as many other people get what they want. That's business 101. So this week, as you head into it, you're thinking about, man, how can I create something special? A speech, a product, a service, a coaching program. I don't care what you're creating. I want you to really sit back and think, are you making this thing so that you feel good to say you have something and it would have helped you back years ago, right? That's part of it. But you have to also ask the question, am I creating this thing because the person that I really want to help really needs this thing and wants this thing? Need and want are two different things. We're going to wrap them together for the time being because need something isn't always the case. People don't always buy what they need. People, if they have an option to buy a new iPhone or new tires for their car, they're going to buy a new iPhone, right? They may want this. They may need this. It's a need and a want. But if you can find out what their desires are, what are they actually desiring, and fulfill on it, you will see such exponential growth of any business that you want to launch or speech you want to push out. It doesn't matter what you're doing. This is how you do it. So find that groove, create that thing, and solve that problem. I'm telling you, that's how you get success. It's not rocket science. It really isn't that hard. Find a groove. It's harder when you start thinking too much about yourself. Get out of your own head, get into their heart. And that's my share for you today. I hope it helps you. If you guys are not listening to my daily podcast at shiftstarterdaily.com, go check it out. It's a daily podcast, 8 minutes or less. I give you a quick little heart message. This week, I'm talking about my experience at T-Mobile. I'm rocking the shirt. I was doing part of the day of learning. Had some really great feedback that you can hear about inside the podcast this week. Go to shiftstarterdaily.com. Those of you guys on Facebook, LinkedIn, Periscope, and Twitter, or YouTube, sorry. Go ahead and hit that link you see on the screen right now. Those of you guys on Instagram, shiftstarterdaily.com. You hop over there. It's a text message little thing. We send you a text every morning. We don't go crazy and market it in your inbox, but just a reminder every morning, hey, we got the podcast. Check it out today. 8 minutes. Man, I get some really good feedback. I love doing it. I don't monetize. There's no ads. It's just, man, Anthony giving you some love every morning. So check that out, shiftstarterdaily.com. Outside of that, man, go out there and find out what your people need. Seriously, find out what people need. Give them that thing. And if you are curious about how we can help you do this, DM me the word shift. That's all you got to do. We'll show you exactly how our company does all the things we're talking about in terms of taking the concept, not of business overall. We have some strategies, but how do we create a rhythm with stuff you already know? When you want to figure out that next tier of success, you want to reach your full potential and make shift happen, like those you guys see right here behind me. This right here says make shift happen. Those of you guys on Instagram, you can't see it. But if you guys want to find out how we do that, just DM me the word shift. Outside of that, have a blessed day. I'm taking my kids to school, and those little punks got up late. Man, I got to figure out this whole phone thing. They get up late because they're on their phones, and they shouldn't be. And then they want their phone, but then they don't get up when they're supposed to. So they get up like 15 minutes late. Now they got to rush to get things done. And then my youngest son's playing with the dogs. Crazy, man. I'm a dad, people. I'm a dad. All right. Take care. I'm stop rambling. Love you guys. See you soon.